Dr. Wonkite. I'm already into the 420, damn it.
So what are you doing?
Nothing.
Nothing? Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, yeah, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
I didn't give her my spiel, but that's okay.
You know I blame it on industry. I blame it on my own hypocrisy. Miseducation and politicians. No one's willing to step up and speak.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Pace Radio Show. We are coming to you live here at lifestyleradio.net, as well as our sister station found at 420radio.ca. Tonight, my joint host is Kim Cooper, and our guest is a person who has been and is still involved in so much stuff within the cannabis community, including spreading some karma. But before we find out more, it's time for Kim and I to have a conversation. Hello, Kim. How are you tonight?
Exhausted, but energized because I just got off of a 9-hour journey down from the north in Timmins, and I am in Toronto. I am so excited to be here, and I'm on a week-long adventure touring and visiting, of course, the Karma Cup.
And what all are you going to do while you're in the city?
We have a vape lounge tour on tap that's happening for 2 to 3 consecutive days. We're going to start out tomorrow, and we're going to hit several lounges tomorrow, starting off in Kensington Market, migrating over to Yonge Street, and then over into Cabbagetown after that. I'm not sure what's on tap for tomorrow night yet. Friday, we are migrating out to Hamilton Way.
You're saying we.
Gunjanistas on Friday.
I notice you're saying we.
Yeah, I'm not down here on my own this time. I'm down here with a giant crew. I brought a bunch of people, friends and stuff from the north. There's 6 of us that made the journey down. We rented an Airbnb house, so we're all in this nice house in downtown Toronto, and looking forward to doing the tour. The people that I've brought with me are friends from Timmins area, so shout out to my friends out there. Hi, Kayla, JJ, Luke, of course, my husband Steve, and to Sue, her daughter, and Fred. And also later on in the week, we will have Mary Jane staying with us on Saturday night as well. So we'll have 8 people by Saturday here in the house.
Wow, you got a house full for sure. But, this is the way to do it, though, right? Share the cost between everybody.
It absolutely is. It's a great spot that we found. Airbnb is the way to go. You get an entire house. It fits everybody. A fraction of the price of a hotel room when you break it down per person on what we would have spent on that. And all the conveniences of home. So what more can you ask for? We're looking forward to a great time this week, touring all of the places that I know and love, as well as so many new ones that are out there that I have never been to either.
Yeah, it's always good when you go check out some of these new places.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. There's something new on tap for me, so that's awesome. Most of the people that we have with us this week have never visited a vapor lounge. They've never seen a dispensary. They've never visited Karma Cup or anything like it. So this is going to be a brand new experience for them that they've never been exposed to anything like this in the city before. So I'm looking forward to showing some newbies around the cannabis community in Southern Ontario.
Oh, well, that's going to be great because I know I've done that myself, taking some newbies to the lounges, and they're just, basically like, wow, awestruck when they're like, I remember one guy I took into a lounge and he was barely even smoking a bong outside of his house. Like nobody would even know. But yet when he went into a lounge, he went, holy Christ, what have I been missing? There's people out here in the public,
Yeah. I know it's amazing to see their faces the first time they're exposed to it. But when you're like us and you grow up here, it's kind of just been an evolution that became part of life. And we don't kind of bat an eye to it anymore. But people that aren't used to that experience, yeah, you see the jaw drop and they're all in awe. And it's like, really? Are you serious? Are you kidding me right now?
Gee, we need some of this up in the north.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, most of these people come from small communities in the far north, Kapuskasing, Timmins, that kind of thing. So yeah, this stuff doesn't exist up there.
Well, it gives us some ideas and maybe, some future plans for somebody.
Yeah, for sure.
Now,
yeah.
I noticed on some posts on your way down, you're leaving behind some Karma Cup posters or things.
Postcards, yeah, the postcards, the event postcards. I was able to get a stack of them off of Sarah Sunday for a couple of my events, and then she sent me some more for the egg hunt that I helped her out with, which was really fun to participate in. And I wound up with some extras of these, and I said, well, my friends that are with us, they took one way down. They took Highway 69 down, and we took Highway 11. So we split up what I had left. And everywhere they stopped on Highway 69, they left a stack. And everywhere I stopped on Highway 11, I left a stack. So we blanketed from Timmins and Sudbury to Southern Ontario. Everywhere we stopped for gas or coffee, we left a stack of Karma Cup postcards.
Very nice. Way to go. Talking about spreading some karma, why don't we take this opportunity to bring our guest into the show?
Sounds great.
Okay. All right, let's bring on our guest. The person I described as being very busy and is spreading some karma. We'd like to welcome Tracy Curley to the Pace Radio Show. Hello, Tracy. How are you?
Hello, and welcome to Parkdale, Kim.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Glad to be here. Loving this house, loving the neighborhood. It was great. We've already gone for a walk and stuff and did our shopping.
Well,
it's great down here.
I have a walk for you to take, actually, because you've missed one.
Okay.
Open from noon till midnight, just around the corner from where your Airbnb is the newly opened Lounge 420 at 1530 Queen Street West.
Oh, cool. Okay.
There is a lounge within walking distance of your Airbnb, just in case you can't smoke in your Airbnb. There is a lounge nearby.
Oh, that's excellent. Well, it just made the list, and who knows? It's open till midnight. I just might pop over there after the show.
It's open to midnight, and I will tell you, because I do make this as part of my stoner field trip whenever activists come to town. It is just down the road from the Glory Hole Donuts.
Oh, okay.
So if you feel actually going and getting some breakfast late tomorrow morning, some donuts for breakfast, and then going to a lounge, it's a good way to start the tour, I think.
It is. It would be. We could grab our Uber and go from there because nobody's taking cars on this trip. We're Ubering everywhere.
Uber rocks. So yeah, you get Uber to take you to the Glory Hole, and you can actually walk from Glory Hole Donuts right to the 420 Lounge.
Awesome. Well, that just made the list. So we'll be talking about that after the show for sure.
It's just opened.
Well, I might be able to meet you for the lounge itself. Just opened a few months ago, so they're just starting out. But it's great to see it in my neighborhood. There's about 5 dispensaries in my neighborhood and a lounge now.
Yeah.
Good. Any negative feedback from the community? Just out of curiosity on it?
Early on, they had some noise complaints when they'd abandoned. I mean, they are learning about some of the issues that they're having. They've already had a visit by bylaw, but they've got a great landlord, and they're just trying to make their way in so that there's a adult public consumption site in Parkdale. Especially with the amount of apartment buildings that are in our area.
Yes.
It's going to be very, very important. And I mean, we just recently in Parkdale, not actually far from where you are, Kim, they just opened up last week. They opened up a overdose prevention site in Parkdale.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Unsanctioned by the Ontario government, because Doug Ford's government has, of course, put everything on hold.
What a fool.
They have opened up again.
Good.
So Parkdale is definitely a neighborhood that understands the need for safe consumption sites.
Yeah.
And so they seem to have a very good, first introduction to the neighborhood.
That's awesome. Yeah, my husband and Steve and I, we love the fact that the Airbnb is in Parkdale, because we just recently celebrated our 39th anniversary, and we started out here in Parkdale. Our very first apartment was a little 2-room joint over on Elm Grove, and that was 39 years ago. So
wow, you know what?
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a crazy neighborhood, but I'm a little bit of a crazy girl. I love this neighborhood.
Parkdale's perfect for you, Tracy.
Yeah, it's home. It's home. It's absolutely home.
Yeah, it's perfect for you. There's no question about it. I love it. I love it. Oh, man. I love the old neighborhood. I love getting back to town.
So, but all of Toronto is getting ready for the Karma Cup.
Yes.
And we are excited. Thank you so much for doing all that flyering for us along the way.
Oh, happy to paint the highways karma colored. That was enjoyable, actually. Everywhere we stopped, I spoke to a couple of gas station attendants, said, can I leave these here? And he's, what is it? I said, it's a festival I'm on my way down to. Oh, yeah. He says, leave them there. Okay, good, thanks.
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic.
At least now you know they're going to stay there.
Yeah.
Because some owners would turn around if they didn't like them, then they'd remove them and throw them.
Yeah,
I handed out one in an Uber today. I've been carrying them in my purse for about a month now.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, there's a flyer being handed out somewhere.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And
give it up Timmins too, and up north in Timmins, they've made it to Kapuskasing and Smooth Rock Falls. We've got them in stores up there as well. So we're doing what we can to blanket the north, and I'm so happy to be able to participate in that egg hunt that happened as well. That was fun, giving away a couple of tickets for free for people that wanted to have fun and look for them. Karma, it's happening this weekend. Tracy, this happens every year, but this is what?
The fifth annual Karma Cup.
Yeah, and I look forward to it. It's the highlight of my summer and my event season, and I know I'm not alone in that. But man, oh man, what work goes into this, right?
So much work goes into this, and I consider I'm actually quite lucky this year. My workload has been limited, but I've been added to the guest judge panel. So thank goodness I didn't have as much work to do, or I might have been in trouble. Because I've packed these bags for 5 years, or for 4 years. And I always knew they were amazing. But I didn't actually understand what it was like because we all had our different sections and when we packed them, and there was a large group of people. So you never really, you knew how big they were. You kind of had an idea of what was in it. But unpacking it was unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
Unpacking a Karma Cup judge's kit. And this year Sarah and the Karma Cup team absolutely outdid themselves. Between the artwork and the swag, everything designed by Roger James, also known as Beck.
Yeah.
All the artwork that he's put together for this year is amazing.
It is, isn't it? And that was a big thing this year with a big change was the branded material, getting that battery for the vape pen, the blowtorch to go along with the micro nectar collector, stuff like that. Awesome.
Yeah. I looked
the
at
fact,
that.
The fact that she made sure that there was that you had absolutely everything you needed to test your samples in that bag.
Yeah, that's how I felt. That's how I felt things were. And everybody had an opportunity to test it with the same equipment too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So there's not much variation going on. Everybody's using the same tools, the same everything.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
I know when I opened up the bag, the judging bag, and it just like the whole display of seeing all those packages of all those concentrates and the buds and people who were with me when I opened this thing were just like, wow, holy smokes,
I know. It seemed like it just kept coming, right? You pull something else, it's like, no, it's not the bottom yet. Like, it kept coming. It's like, no, there's more. We haven't even gotten to the boxes yet, and that's where the little baggies are, and the shit just kept coming out.
And again, because the bags were actually bigger this year by about almost 50% of what they've been previous. The last year I packed a bag, I think we just cracked 100.
Yeah.
And the fact is like at that point it was 450 man hours to pack those bags.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I can't imagine. Maybe I guess I know she's streamlined it quite a bit, but I would say probably close to 600 man hours, just 600 working hours just to put
packing
those kits
the bags,
together.
and that's not including getting the stuff. Getting the stuff is a work in itself.
Getting the stuff is the work in itself. Designing the stuff. And I will tell you there is a lot of communication back and forth via email, social media, phone calls. And then, we haven't even gotten to the festival yet or the speaker series.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I mean, so much going on at this. We've been going on and on and on about karma, because we're having a conversation here. But I guess we should try and remember that maybe some of our listeners out there don't know what the hell karma is or what the hell we're talking about.
Well, I can give a pretty good description. The 5th annual Karma Cup is an elite cannabis competition. Every 126 cannabis products were included in over 200 kits for judges. Plus, there's an additional 15 art glass samples that can be viewed online or at Cloud9 Vapor Lounge in Hamilton. So there are 15 glass entries. There will be 45 trophies given out
this year
on Sunday. Yeah.
Wow.
So everything from edibles to topicals to vape pens to Heady glass. There is a category for everyone.
Okay. CBD products.
CBD products as well. And again, like I've some of the products that came out this year, like people got game.
Yeah.
There are some amazing products in there that I am looking forward to finding out who actually produces them.
Absolutely. We have a list in the back of our book. Yeah, I've got a list in the back of my book, and there's certain notes, and it's like there's products. It's like buy it, find out who it is, and buy it. And that's what I've got written beside the number. Buy it, buy it, buy it.
So
find out who it is.
I'm a little bit of a nerd. I have left my notes section blank.
So did I. I did.
And
too.
what I plan to do around the Karma Cup is go around and ask other activist vendors, people in the community, to sign it for me.
Oh, that's
like a yearbook.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
This is our last year before legalization.
Yeah.
I think this is probably, we are leaving the community and we're turning ourselves into an industry. I think that's amazing and incredible, but I think it's going to change a lot of things. So I want to make sure that remember everybody that was there. Because I'm not like that.
There was one edible that really got a lot of attention from some of my friends. I think it was number 10.
We all know which one that one was.
Yeah, the one that looked like an actual bud, but it was all chocolate. Yeah. Yeah, it was like, wow, is that a bud?
No, it's not. It's chocolate.
I think it crisp. Like
I I would put that entry in front of people and they just go, yeah. And I'm like, now read the label.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
because they
exactly.
just think that I'm putting down another sample of bud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by then my friends were like bored of me like bragging and showing me showing them what was coming out of that bag.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, no, that's chocolate.
Yeah.
No, that's chocolate. That isn't a bud. That's chocolate. I mean, I almost fell over when I opened that. I said, oh my God. That's chocolate.
Definitely in my top 3.
Yeah.
But it's not my favorite.
Caramel chocolate brownie.
I'm just gonna.
Favorite is.
I'm just gonna say. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say it because the fact of the matter is, I'm a baker, and I get when people ask me for brownies, I'm like, oh, brownies, they're so passé. Like,
yeah, that's right.
We do so many other things, right?
That's what my old man. 70s.
And I also now know how quickly brownies can dry out.
Yeah.
So I was confused on what that's going to taste like.
Yeah.
And then I opened it and I took a bite, and I'm a diabetic. I had to make my friend eat the rest of it for me, but I kind of wanted to punch him in the face for eating the rest of it for me.
Yeah.
Because I wanted more.
Not allowed.
You know? So my testing, I was grateful that dosage was listed on the package because it allowed some.
Is that just me?
No, I'm here.
Diabetic who's not really able to eat the whole. I was still able to judge it because this strength on. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but you are coming in and out. So, maybe we should just go for break, and we'll recall you. Make sure that we get a good connection. And we'll talk about, what it would be like for you as a diabetic to be testing all this product.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Right.
Great time. Oh, Tracy, just so you know, we usually try to match up the song here to the guest. And tonight I picked some music by a guy by the name of Garth Cultivator. And I don't know anything about him, but he's got a song that I think that some of the judges will be dealing with over the next 24, 48 hours. And this song is called Dab All Day.
Hey, this is Cheech. This is Chong. You're listening to Lifestyle Radio. What is it?
I stay so high that they can't bring me down.
Hey, this is Cheech. This is Chong. And you're listening to Lifestyle Radio. What is it? Lifestyle Radio. Say it one more time. 420 Radio? Ooh.
Hang up and try again.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
I stay so high that they can't bring me down. These haters try to meet me on the ground. But even then I push them all away. No time to waste because I dab all day. I keep my rig heated and dab all day. I stay so heated when I dab all day. It's no secret I love to dab all day. I know you need it, so let's dab all day.
Man, have you been to Canadays yet? Canadays, Campbellford's premier cannabis culture shop at 19 Bridge Street West. They've got bongs, oil rigs, grinders, and papers. Everything you need for consumption. They've got seeds, soil, nutrients, and dome trays too. Everything you need for cultivation. Get top quality seeds from top suppliers like Canuck and wholesaler Nexus. Canadays. They've got all kinds of awesome cannabis novelties, clothing, and apparel. I know, right? It's a lot more than just a bong shop. Interested in gaining legal access? Canadays can help. They're a PACE information center. You know, people advocating cannabis education. Come by the shop and check it out. 19 Bridge Street West, Campbellford. Canadays. Have your say without saying a word. Canadays.ca.
Hi, this is Al Graham of the Pace Radio Show. Are you keeping pace, as in keeping people advocating cannabis education? If you're not, and you're a cannabis consumer, then why not? Others are working hard every day to help educate people about cannabis so you can enjoy your daily 420. Get involved and speak out. Be loud and proud so that you can keep pace. Tune into the Pace Radio Show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to hear about people advocating cannabis education here on lifestyleradio.ca.
The 5th Annual Karma Cup Cannabis Festival and Industry Trade Show is an Elite Medical Cannabis, hash, edibles, topical, and Heady glass competition. It also includes live music, speakers, glass marketplace, vendor village, exhibitors, and much more. Hand-picked judges evaluate many categories including bud, extract, CBD products, and disposable vape pens. This outdoor, rain or shine event will be held in downtown Toronto on September the 8th and 9th, but its secret location won't be released until September the 7th at 4:20 p.m. via social media. The Karma Cup was founded in 2013 by Sarah Sunday in order to create a cannabis-positive space for growers, producers, business owners, industry experts, and their fans in order to gather and judge the country's best cannabis and cannabis products on an even playing field. Please join us. Be part of Canada's largest ticketed Cannabis Pride Festival, the 5th Annual Karma Cup Cannabis Festival and Industry Trade Show on September the 8th and 9th in downtown Toronto. For more information, please go to thekarmacup.com.
Canada, the time to act is now. These days, your customers are seeking variety. Increase your earning potential by expanding your inventory with CC Nexus, Canada's largest cannabis seed wholesaler. CC Nexus stocks over 60 reputable breeders, including Canuck seeds, with a wealth of autoflower, regular, feminized, and CBD strains. All first-time customers will receive a free pack of Canuck seeds, plus a mug, t-shirt, and additional promotional material.
Hey, welcome back. You're listening to the Pace Radio Show. Not only are we live here at lifestyleradio.net, but you can also find us live audio locations as well as at Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, and I am live here at Canadays in downtown Campbellford, actually at the new location. This weekend, tune in to Lifestyle Radio as the 420 Road Crew hits the road. This weekend, join Kim, Mary Jane, Al Rapp, and myself as we are reporting live from this year's Karma Cup. We'll be talking to the vendors, the speakers, and anyone else we can get a hold of as we bring the Karma Cup to those who can't get to the event. Tune in to Lifestyle Radio or 420radio.ca this weekend and find out about all the great vendors and learn what the craft cannabis industry can bring to an open and fair market. Tonight on the program, we're joined by our guest, Tracy Curley of the Karma Cup, and Kim Cooper of No Sorter. Hello, Kim and Tracy. Where shall we go? Actually, before the break, we were discussing
edibles.
Edibles. Yeah. That's right.
Diabetes.
That's right.
And I mean, what that must be like for somebody with diabetes. I mean, my heart goes out to you, Tracy, because there were so many good edibles in there. And oh my God, how do you limit yourself?
Yeah. So it's part of that was just it. It's like it took some finagling because I had to figure out how to work it into my diet. But I've been a diabetic long enough that I've kind of figured stuff like that out. But again, it was like about not consuming the whole thing. So if I knew what the dosage was, I could judge it on strength. And then the rest of it was visuals and taste. So I just, I'd take a bite and then hand it off and to somebody else, and look at them and go, okay, you're saving my life right now. Eat this cookie. So I got a lot of my friends very high. They all slept very well.
Yeah. We did a lot of the sharing too.
And I still got to taste test. So a couple of them were really, really great. And it's kind of one of those things, as part of somebody who's worked on the cup for a few years with Sarah, I know one of the criticisms is, it's too much. The amount I have left over.
Yeah.
Is actually what's really impressing me right now, because it's like, you don't have to do the whole dab sample.
Exactly.
You don't have to smoke. So I've got a great big jar of Karma Cup salad, which is all the leftovers from the joints I rolled, because I prefer to smoke joints. That's how I like to judge.
Yep.
But anybody who judged with a bong or a pipe is going to do much better than I did.
Yeah. But there's a lot of leftovers, right?
There's I'm actually going to take a photo or video of what I've been calling the dead soldiers.
Yeah.
That I've already tested. And just the amount of leftover is amazing.
Yeah.
And the amount that I've been able to share.
And everybody's got a name for it. For me, it's one of them giant Ziploc freezer bag, and I just wrote on it the done bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Done. Throw it in the done bag, right?
Yeah.
So now we've got this giant Ziploc bag, and all that's missing out of every sample is maybe 1 or 2 dabs. And then it goes into the done bag. Judge a different one. So when Karma's over, we've got the done bag. And
I'll have meds. I'll have meds for quite a while.
Yeah, for sure. Sure.
Not to mention the topicals that, I'll be able to use when things are bad.
Yeah.
Yes. I had a friend of mine.
Walking in the door. Oh, well, I got some people just walked in. They went to the Parkdale Compassion Club.
Yes, which is very much built. It's a secure location because of all the raids and the robberies that have happened. So they've got their security down on point.
Yeah, well, they just came in with some supplies. So
pricey ones, but they came in with supplies.
The first experience at a dispensary, so it had to be done.
There you go. All the more reason, right?
Yeah.
Probably it was sort of like when you go grocery shopping after you medicate.
Yeah.
What they missed was there was another one across the street.
Oh, yeah. Went walking, and they said the first one we see, we're going in. So I guess that was the first one they seen.
Yeah, right across the street was another one.
Okay, that's probably where they were on their way to. They were on their way to one, and they found another one first. They said. So.
Welcome to Parkdale.
Yeah. Welcome to Parkdale.
So even with your medical condition, you're still able to participate in the judging.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good.
Just take a bite. That's all it takes, right?
And truthfully, this was an experience for me because I don't typically dab. I'm a flower girl. That's my preference for how I medicate. Truthfully, I'm going to say the Karma Cup may have changed my mind about that a little bit.
Isn't that funny?
Isn't it strange?
No, not at all. Because it happened to me. I was exactly the same as you. Flower girl, I'd walk around the Karma Cup with my bong. I bought one of those Vega bongs from the Karma Cup several years ago. But yeah, because I'm a bong girl. And it was the Karma Cup that changed me 3 years ago because I did so many extracts. I fell in love with extracts.
I'll have to agree. Like the different concentrates, like I've never done distillates really. This high terpene extracts.
Some of those tasted fantastic.
Yeah. And like I've got two here with me. I got 2 high terpene And Wayne is sitting here beside me, and I'm getting double thumbs up for one particular one here, just on the smell, and another one he just sort of questioned like, "What's that?" And I said, "Well, that's a high terpene extract. That's something that we don't normally see, and we're learning things just by being involved in this."
Yeah. Well, as I kind of explained to people, I mean, we're being overrun by cannabis conferences right now.
Yeah.
And as I explained to people, I'm like, okay, if you want to see where the puck is, I like to use Walter Gretzky euphemisms. If you want to see where the puck is, you can go to one of these cannabis expos. If you want to see where it's gonna be, go to the Karma Cup.
Yeah. I got to describe it there today that there isn't a large public cannabis event that goes on, like at least in Ontario, Toronto and stuff, anything like this.
No. Carmen,
there's nothing else like this. There's nothing else like this outside of California.
Yeah.
Really?
There is no other cup that does as large of a judge's kit. Most of the cups that do judges kits, even close to this, they only have a select group of judges. They don't allow the public to get involved.
And like you said, you had 200 for this?
Yes.
At 130 items.
Yeah.
At 126. Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Yeah. And that doesn't count the swag? Or does that count the swag?
That doesn't include the swag, no.
And that's which was a separate bag. Because there was two bags.
That's right. There's a completely
separate was the torch, the vape pen, the nectar collector,
and
the T-shirt.
Too. There's chocolates and there's gummies and
there's seeds
and there's
seeds.
There was hundreds of dollars. There was hundreds of dollars just in the swag bag.
And this book that I've been taking around with me for the last 3 weeks, we've been pretty close partners. It's a good thing that it came with him, because for us to be able to fill out all these questions.
That's right, because I mean, there's no way you remember. That's for sure.
Yep.
And I made some nice backdrops for some photos too.
Yeah.
And it keeps you on track.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh, I need to smoke more. There's not enough lines filled in this book. I need to smoke more.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's an amazing thing to go through. Like you say, over 120 samples that we're judging, and that's not including the swag. The swag this year was off the hook. Everything that was branded, the battery, the torch, the actual micro, or even, I don't know, what's below micro? Is it macro? Macro nectar collector. That thing is so cool. I've heard it called so many different names. Dab tool, straw, a dab thingy.
Well, and here's the thing. I actually had to put a message out online when I got my bag going, how does this little thing work?
Yeah.
I had no idea what it was. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
And it was like nectar collector. I was like, oh.
I hadn't opened the package.
But I'd never seen one so small.
Yeah, no, me neither. As soon as I seen it, I said, is that a nectar collector? It can't be that small. And I looked and I'm like, it is. Oh, wow. And I can't believe how good it hits.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah. I found it to be a very handy item to have.
Yeah.
And it goes great with this torch. I've never had a torch like this either. So, click, fires right up. And it takes a second to heat this thing up and do a dab, and it's over and done with. There's no mess or anything.
And no wasting fuel waiting for, 5 minutes later, you're still waiting for this thing to heat up because you're using a shitty torch or a giant nectar collector. That takes longer. I'm going to admit it. I used it to roast marshmallows. Perfect. So you're able to participate on all levels. You're becoming a dab. You're able to do some of the judging or all of the judging for the edibles, even with your diabetes, just by maintaining smaller doses, right? Just so you can flavor and judge it on its merits that way. What else have you enjoyed with the cup about like the creams and lotions and stuff?
The one that came in the roller container.
Yes, that like stick.
I enjoyed that one. It worked.
Yes.
Yep, and it worked. It wasn't just the packaging. I enjoyed another one that was quite green but smelled quite lovely. It worked quite well.
Yeah.
I
actually have orders for that. People at home that I said, "Oh, you got to try this," and they said, "Oh, when you get there, buy me one." I have to bring 3 of those home. So,
yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I've had a friend try these.
And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't enjoy all the samples.
No, some of them I did enjoy. There's absolutely ones that I tried and went, "Oh, okay, yeah." I make a note not to buy that.
You know, like
there was one extract that looked like poop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was actually one bud that to me tasted like straw, like a bun.
Yeah, I had one of those too.
Yeah.
And you know, the question involved in the cup is: Are you elite? Are you an elite grower? Are you an elite, producer? Are you elite?
Yeah. And here's what I say: some of yous aren't.
I'd say so.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
But
there's a lot in there that are.
But you know, and that's it, right? Like, I mean, and that's kind of it. Is like the whole idea behind this and why Sarah wanted to make it very open, and you know that the judges was going to be blind, and the computer system, and so that nothing could kind of because a lot in the old days you used to be able to buy a cup.
Yeah.
You know, there were ways that you could influence how it was won.
That's right.
So in this case, like I look at it, you know, I've been in this industry a lot of everybody talks game. But
are you your game?
but are you real? But are you elite? Really?
Yeah.
Let's test it. Let's go. Let's compete.
And this is completely blind. I mean, there's no packaging labels. There's no way to know whose product is what in this kind of a competition, the way it's done. And I really like that.
And all the food labels are all done the same.
Yeah.
You know, all the food, everything is labeled with all the contents or what it's all made with and all that. And every label is exactly the same, other than what the content.
It is all packaged by the Karma Cup team.
Wow, really?
So that, you know, there isn't any of that. So nobody knows what number they were.
Right.
Nobody can say what envelope they were in.
Right.
I mean, topical products, edible products, it's a little bit different because if you know the products or, you know, there has to be some packaging of some sort.
Yeah.
But no branding whatsoever. It's completely blind.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right. And I mean, it's not up to Sarah, because the way she does this and because it's an open competition and it's, you know, it's lodged as an elite competition. Are you among the elite? But it's not up to her who enters, and it's not up to her to scrutinize who enters. It's
the amount of work that already goes into this for people to expect it to also be a curated competition.
Yeah.
Those expectations. I mean, wow. Some people. Yeah. I've been to other cups in this country, and as I'm sure some of you have been. And I'm sorry. I guess there's too many bubbles in everybody's champagne, as my mother would say.
Yeah,
you know, you've got to find something to complain about.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's up to people to enter their products. And I mean, it really, if you've got an average or below average product, why would you enter it anyway? That's what baffles my brain. I mean, why would some of the one that I've smoked, it's been like, why would you think that this was karma worthy?
Well, because some people don't know. Some people, you know, their friends will talk game to them. Will say, "Oh yeah, man, it's great," right?
Put it in karma, yeah.
And some of it is just I mean, if you know anything about growing, like you can have one bud that's fine, and you can have one that's got mold.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
Like there's a lot of factors that can, influence what happens bud per bud.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's 100% true. Curing means a lot. Packaging means a lot. Transportation, how old is it? How well was it done before you put it out there? So many things can happen along the way and just never know. And I mean, in an open competition, that doesn't fall on the people that are organizing competition, in my view, at all. I think Sarah's done a fantastic job.
Because in my opinion of that, it's like then you want us to prejudge the competition.
That's right. You can't do that.
If that's all it was, what would be the point of us doing all of this?
Exactly. So I mean, and it's great having it an open competition, because having that format gives us this diversity that we have in this kit. We're getting, diamonds and terp sauce. We're getting diamonds. We're getting rosin. We're getting flour, terpene infused, enhanced products. I mean, the list goes on. There's so many.
I was going, what's a diamond in sauce? I've never even heard of that before.
And that's just it, guys. Like that's, and this is very much a way people are test their product. I mean, how else are you going to get the best kind of market research about, 200 people tried your product and this is how it scored.
Exactly.
I saw one of the judges post diamonds. Gotta love the diamonds and sauce. What is it? What?
Yeah, it's that.
He says you'll know when
you see it. Yeah,
the crystal stuff that's kind of oily.
Well, I just opened up some stuff here tonight during the show, and Wayne and I just looked at each other and went, "What?"
Yeah.
We have to test it here, but we haven't tested it yet.
Yeah, that's probably it. It's nice. Well, I tell you, like I said, we were talking about it earlier, and I have my done bag, right? And that's basically my general policy: 1 or 2 dabs, off of each sample, and then in the done bag it goes. Now you'll see it after the cup, and you move on to the next one. Well, the diamonds and terp sauce didn't quite make it to the No, that had to get done all by itself. Yeah.
and go back to the swag bag. Actually, what came out of the little leaky high voltage extracts container tasted quite lovely.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, some of them the flavors are like, wow. And like the old saying goes, right? Looks can be deceiving.
Mm-hmm.
As Wayne pulls a high voltage extract out of his pocket here. What is it, Wayne? Lemon by Ida, he says. That's what he's got here. Yeah. So there you go.
Not everything that doesn't look so pretty. Sometimes it can be off the hook.
There was a couple in the bud category, like a couple of them that looked really good, where the flush wasn't so great, and there was one that didn't look like much, but God, it was a creeper.
Yeah. I had some help. I have to admit, I had some friends help me with the judging.
Oh, I've had lots of help.
Yeah. I've had at some point during this up to 10 different patients that have helped out, and so I've gotten mine to go in of the feedback of these 10 people, and it's the different things. There's some things I didn't get to try because I allowed them to take them home, and you know, the extras don't come back, eh?
Oh, there is no such thing as leftover karma cup samples.
That's right.
Well, yeah,
you can see them where they've scored them where maybe they didn't like it at this, but they really loved it for this.
Yeah,
that's what I was getting to. Yeah, was that end of it.
Yeah, and it's and because everybody's different, and it gives you a chance to kind of look at the difference in things. Like, you're all of a sudden, you think you smoke some pretty good weed, and then you see somebody else's flush, and you're like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
Maybe the weed I'm smoking isn't as clean as I thought it was.
That's
or,
right.
like I hear all kinds of stories from people.
Yeah.
About
it is definitely educational. You walk away with an education. By the time you're done, your 3 weeks, I mean, you just crammed in so much research in that 3 weeks, and then you're going to talk about it and experiment with all of that research equipment for the next 3 months at minimum.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's knowledge packed, right? In the end.
Yeah. Speaking of knowledge, yes, this year, the other thing that's going on this year is this is the first year. The Karma Cup has typically hosted the normal conference.
Yes.
Yeah.
In conjunction with us, but we're actually doing our own speaker series this year.
Oh.
Wow.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about that. What's happening there? We got about 3 or 4 minutes before we go to break. So.
Okay, so as typically happens with the Karma Cup, the wonderful folks at Vapor Central are hosting us again. They are always fantastic whenever we need to come in and do stuff. And let me just find that photo. So we've got Saturday morning, starting at 11. We're going to start with home growing.
Oh,
and
cool.
that's with our friends from Homegrown Hydroponics in Toronto and the Ganja Grow School. So we're going to have Catherine Perry and Matthew Myrna.
Cool.
Teaching
know Matt
some
very
folks
well.
about and we've got a lot of years of grow experience. They're both teaching grow schools here in Toronto.
Yeah,
nice.
And we thought it would be a really, really great fit. As people are, going to be learning how to tend to and what they need to know about those 4 plants they're going to be allowed to have. We want to get people that are now going to start growing their own. Give them as much information as we possibly can. And then following that, we're actually going to have Derek Pedro from Weed MD.
Cool.
Now, I don't know... And Derek has been part of the industry for decades. Derek is one of those guys that... actually, you know what? I am wrong about that. My apologies. Derek is actually speaking on Sunday.
Okay.
So actually on Saturday at 11, we have Matt Myrna and Catherine Perry doing home growing. At noon, we have Allison Gordon. She is the CEO of 48 North Cannabis Company.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah.
And she's going to be talking about how to finance a cannabis business. How do you find the money? How do you find the investors?
Big questions for lots of people.
Yeah. And then we're actually going to follow that with a woman by the name of Andrea, who is actually going to be talking about how to bring your gray market or your illicit market products into the legal market. So we're going to start talking about how to transition your business.
Awesome.
We have Tyler James coming to talk to us about cannabis amnesty at 2 p.m.
Okay.
Because that's the thing that's going to be our next fight is getting everybody's charges dropped and clearing some of those criminal records.
Absolutely. That's the next big one.
And so we wanted the first day to kind of focus on, all of the things that are going to be affecting people. So we've got a lawyer coming in to talk about cannabis and the landlord and tenant law. So what's going on with all of these buildings banning smoking?
Yes.
And cannabis smoking.
Big one.
Jack Lloyd is going to talk to us about cannabis and the new driving laws.
Yeah.
Because driving with cannabis now is going to be a different thing. And so we're going to talk about the tools that the police are going to be using and how that's going to work in court, and especially how that's going to affect medical patients.
Yeah. Wow,
And
you guys are covering all the bases.
We're trying to. We're really, really trying to. And then at 5 p.m., we have got Rena from High Society Supper Club coming in to do a cooking demo with actual cannabis.
Cool.
So we see a lot of cooking demos at our expos that are using other products where she's actually going to make some cannabis edibles on site. She does the High Society Supper Club. She also does a lot of catering for the events here in the city. She's amazing.
Yeah.
On Sunday, we're going to be talking about cannabis lounges and safe consumption lounges. What are the challenges and what we're expecting and what we're hoping.
Okay.
Again, noon on Sunday is cannabis breeding. So again, Derek Pedro from Weed MD, been part of our industry for decades. If you've ever smoked wine gums,
yep,
that is his strain.
Okay.
It's a yummy one. At 1 p.m., we're going to talk about safe extraction. So we're going to have David Schaefer from Bogart and Bubbleman, Marcus Richardson, are going to be on a panel talking about different methods of extraction. At 2 p.m., we will have Scott Wilkins talking about cannabis and insurance.
Yeah, it's good old Scott.
Yeah, Scott's great, but again, that's where we're new territory where insurance is going to be different regarding your 4 plants at home what your business may be. There's your car insurance. There's going to be a whole bunch of different things that we're going to need to talk about.
Yeah.
At 3 p.m., we have Gord Hagen from Peace Naturals, and he's going to talk about the legal cannabis extraction and what the challenges have been there.
Okay.
We are also going to hear about cannabis product development, and then we have a panel discussion on October 17th with basically Matt Murnaugh, John Fowler from Supreme, and Jack Lloyd. And we're just going to sit down and have a panel discussion and think about where the industry is going and what the legal challenges may be, what the new court cases that are being fought in BC right now might mean for dispensaries.
Yeah.
And medical access. So we got a lot of information to cover, and we've got 2 days to cover it.
Wow.
What is it? Is any of this being recorded for release later?
So it will be recorded. It'll also be live streamed.
Great.
Great. So we are the wonderful people from the Cannabis Life Network and everything else we are working on, and we've got the folks from Dope Chef Media are going to come into Vapor Central, and they're going to help us live stream everything and record it as well.
Nice.
Awesome. Fantastic.
So that will be available. And if any of the judges are listening, in your judge's guide, there is a speaker's guide schedule listed as well.
There is, yes. All right, ladies. Time for us to take a break.
Yep. One more time.
All right. Tonight's featured artist is Garth Cultivator, and with their song "A Dab All Day." As we know, that's what's going on right here with the Karma Cup judging. Okay, and after the break, Kim and I will continue this conversation with our guest, Tracy Curley. You're listening to the Pace Radio Show. We are live here at LifestyleRadio.net.
Yeah, I wake up, blaze up, shatter like it matters. Fuck it, life is good. I dab all day. If you grow like me, then I hope you would. Don't be misunderstood. Everybody wants to get what they could. Blasting wax, purging hash, make some slabs, and then we should heat that rig, hit it really quick. Smoking big, we do it well. Plaids all thick. Everybody knows when I roll through for show and tell. Can't you smell? Lemon drops, cookie crumble. Get my tray, get my pen, get that taste. Wake and bake and dab all day.
Canada, the time to act is now. These days, your customers are seeking variety. Increase your earning potential by expanding your inventory with CC Nexus, Canada's largest cannabis seed wholesaler. CC Nexus stocks over 60 reputable breeders, including Canuck Seeds, with a wealth of autoflower, regular, feminized, and CBD strains. All first-time customers will receive a free pack of Canuck Seeds, plus a mug, t-shirt, and additional promotional materials. Add strains and increase your profit with CC Nexus, your Canadian-owned and operated wholesaler of cannabis seeds. Discreet, worldwide stealth shipping from Canada, supporting you locally. Call today, 1-844-843-7995, 1-844-843-7995, or visit us at ccnexus.global.
Are you looking for cannabis news, education, and people's opinions? Are you looking to learn what Canadian and international cannabis advocates are doing, not only now, but what got them to this point in their lives, and what does the future hold for them? Do you want to learn how patients are using cannabis as their daily medication? or learn how their cannabis use helps them with their medical condition? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then I'm going to suggest to you to tune in to Lifestyle Radio. Catch their live weekly shows and have your questions and concerns answered and find the experience you're looking for. Monday, catch your weekly news broadcast with the Reef Reporters. Then on Wednesday, get several hours worth of cannabis public education. We get things started with cannabis and coffee with Tamarawana. Then tune in and catch Pottawa with Russell Barth, who calls himself the world's angriest pothead. Finish up your evening with the award-winning Pace Radio Show with Al Graham and joint host Kim Cooper and Alicia Yashishin. No week would be complete without tuning into Friday night's program, the 420 Radio Show featuring Al Rapp and the 420 Radio crew, Mary Jane Baker and Marcel Gignac. Cannabis is a lifestyle, and you can catch all your cannabis lifestyle information right here at lifestyleradio.net or at our sister site, 420radio.ca. The 5th Annual Karma Cup Cannabis Festival and Industry Trade Show is an elite medical cannabis, hash, edibles, topical, and heady glass competition. It also includes live music, speakers, glass marketplace, vendor village, exhibitors, and much more. Hand-picked judges evaluate many categories including bud, extract, CBD products, and disposable vape pens. This outdoor, rain or shine event will be held in downtown Toronto on September the 8th and 9th, but its secret location won't be released until September the 7th at 4:20 p.m. via social media. The Karma Cup was founded in 2013 by Sarah Sunday in order to create a cannabis-positive space for growers, producers, business owners, industry experts, and their fans in order to gather and judge the country's best cannabis and cannabis products on an even playing field. Please join us, be part of Canada's largest ticketed Cannabis Pride Festival, the 5th Annual Karma Cup Cannabis Festival and Industry Trade Show on September the 8th and 9th in downtown Toronto. For more information, please go to thekarmacup.com.
Man, have you been to Canadays yet? Canadays, Campbellford's premier cannabis culture shop at 19 Bridge Street West. They've got bongs, oil rigs, grinders, and papers. Everything you need for consumption. They've got seeds, soil, nutrients, and dome trays too. Everything you need for cultivation. Get top quality seeds from top suppliers like Canuck and wholesaler Nexus. Canadays. They've got all kinds of awesome cannabis novelties, clothing, and apparel. I know, right? It's a lot more than just a bong shop. Interested in gaining legal access? Canadays can help. They're a PACE information center. You know, people advocating cannabis education. Come by the shop and check it out. 19 Bridge Street West, Campbellford. Canadays. Have your say without saying a word. Canadays.ca.
Oh yes, I'm smoking good, growing great. Push that weight and dab all day. They can hate, tell the truth, who gives a fuck what they all say? Get it straight, I'm the one who came through with that weed I grew. Came through with that wax I blew. Came through just to blaze with you. Dab a few, the screw is hot. Bitch call me Sir Dab a lot. Blast my crowd, hit it with a torch, of course I'm high like astronauts. Up in space, dabs to the face, it tastes like some creme brulee. Who needs a doctor when the cure is just a...
Hey, welcome back, and thanks for tuning into the award-winning Pace Radio Show. We are being broadcasted live here at lifestyleradio.net. Plus, you could find us afterwards at the podcasts. They're available at Mixcloud, YouTube, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and other social media. Tonight, we featured the music of Garth Cultivator and a song Dab All Day. As I mentioned earlier, I don't know anything about the guy, but I know that I did find the song on YouTube. Today in the program, we got our guest, Tracy Curley of the Karma Cup, and my joint host, Kim Cooper. Well, ladies, we're into the last segment of the program. We've talked, majority of the program, about this awesome kit. We just talked before the break about the speaker series, which sounds fantastic. I don't know. Can I be cut into multiple pieces so I can go a little bit here and a little bit here?
I know. I don't know how I'm going to decide what I'm going to see and what I'm going to miss, because every time you're at the speakers, you're missing something going on at the cup. So it's going to be difficult decisions to be made in the future, because there is stuff going on actually at the cup as well, right, Tracy? I mean, there's vendor alley, and there's glass blowing as well, right?
There's glass. So some of the things that Sarah had dreamed up of doing a couple of years ago that had gotten kind of quashed due to losing an event space, she's managed to bring back, which is absolutely amazing. So there's going to be a music stage with some great performers, some local Toronto music, which is going to blow your guys' mind. I'm trying to keep quiet about it, but you can check out the Karma Cup official Instagram for some hints about who's coming. There's going to be a Canadian glass marketplace. There's also going to be live glass blowing, so you're going to be able to see Redbeard Glass is going to be there, Master Glass. There's going to be a lot of glass blowing on site. There's a vendor village, and the exhibitors on site are going to be off the hook. I mean, considering what the kit is, realize that a lot of the people that have entered will also have tables, because they want to show off those products that just won.
That's right. That's right. So that's your chance to find out who manufactured everything in the kit. On Sunday, we find out who voted for what in the kit and who won first, second, and third place. So then you can go and hit those booths and buy those products.
Yes, and like we've got sponsors like, we've talked about Remo. So Remo from Remo Nutrients will be in town. Miss Envy Botanicals, Jordan of the Island, Diamond Extracts, Mary Jane's Closet, Fukushima Pre-Rolls, and one of the sponsors, I love the name of this, Dirty Dave's Fun Cannabis.
He supplied the bag for the swag.
Absolutely. And, we've got some really, really great sponsors. But then on Sunday will be the award ceremony.
Oh, that's really distracting, Mr. Rapp.
Yeah, Mr. Rapp.
Yeah.
He's got to mute his mic.
So
Thank
yeah,
you.
there's some great sponsors, and Sunday will be the award ceremony. So that's really where you get to see everybody's hard work pay off.
Yeah. Can you tell us the time of the award ceremony on Sunday?
You better be there by 4:20.
All righty.
4:20, the last day of the festival, you do not want to miss.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's when you find out who won what and how much did your vote count.
And it's also, all of our vendors who have worked really hard, all of our friends and teammates who have worked really hard. By about 4:20, you're close to the end of the day.
Yes.
So that's when everybody gets to relax for at least, however long it takes to take that dab, smoke that joint, they do that bong rip.
Yes.
So there will definitely be some clouds over Toronto all weekend long.
Absolutely. It's going to be another amazing year. I can tell just by the amount of product and the quality of the products that were entered in this year's Cup. Really amazing stuff, innovative stuff going on, brand new products to try, stuff that people have never heard of before, and brand new ways to consume.
Absolutely. And, the great thing is that the festival grounds and the speaker series are just a quick Uber ride away.
That's right.
So you can go back and forth, and you get free entry into Vapor Central for the speaker series with your wristband.
Yes. Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah. Excellent. So we're really looking forward to it. It's always crazy and a lot of hard work, but just getting to see everybody together, having a really great time, actually consuming cannabis at a cannabis event.
Yes. Yes, and that's a big thing, right? I mean, and you wouldn't think it would be a big thing, but apparently it is. Consuming cannabis at cannabis events don't go hand in hand as much as people would think.
Yeah, that is changing, and it's one of those things I'm not ready to give up yet.
That's it.
So I'm very much looking forward to it, and I think that we're gonna, Toronto's gonna be higher than the CN Tower this weekend.
Yeah. It will be, and we've got a crap ton of people down from the north to see the evolution of this taking place, and we can't wait. I'm so geared up for Saturday. I am so excited. I can't wait.
Now, Tracy, as far as this is a public event, right?
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Anybody can go. You're not required to be a medical patient or anything.
And you don't have to have a judge's kit to attend and know what we're talking about, because everything in the judge's kit will pretty much be available at the event. So if you even want to check it out, you have a chance just by attending.
Absolutely. You can check out more information at thekarmacup.com. I suggest people that they pre-buy their tickets.
Yes.
Because they are less expensive in advance. Once we get to the door, you start to, prices start to go up, and capacity might be an issue. So,
capacity is an issue, so you want to get them tickets in advance. And there's also a huge lineup to purchase tickets.
Absolutely. So it's always best to purchase your tickets online, and you can do that through the Karma Cup website or through Universal.
Yep.
Tickets, you can actually purchase your tickets through there as well. And yeah, it's absolutely, I welcome everybody to kind of come check this out, because again, it's about what products are available, what should be coming, what these new companies should be looking to innovate.
Yep. And all the 200 judges are giving these companies feedback on their product, all ways for them to improve on many of them already superb products. But in the feedback, they get ways to make them even better, so that in the future they get better products even out there. And at all of the booths too, we should probably let people know there's normally a lot of sampling going on too while you're there, right?
There might be a dab bar or two set up, I am sure.
Yeah.
There will be there's always a dab bar, which we love. But there's it's also the fact, like myself as a patient advocate, one of the things that I find the most frustrating is the fact that, even after the Smith case, topicals still aren't available to patients on the market.
That's right.
I agree.
So if you're looking for something for your non-consuming elderly relative, or want to try something, an alternative therapy that is not smoking, this is an event you should attend, because again, we're years after the Smith case was won, we're still fighting for cannabis in all its forms.
That's right.
And
exactly.
Even though we won the legal right to it, here's an actual event where you can actually see what the variety truly is.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well,
and there are so many out there. I mean, there's roll-ons, there's lotions, and there's creams, and there's balms, and there's ones that look like stick deodorant sticks, that you rub onto your skin. Hell, there's bath bombs.
There's even personal lubricant.
Personal lubricant.
There's even personal lubricant in the kit.
And if there is somebody that is listening right now that knows how to make a transdermal patch, please enter it next year.
Yeah, I mean, because these are products that people want to use. We want the non-smoking consumables. That's what is big right now, because so many people are getting away from smoking. We want them, like you say, for our senior relatives that are out there that would never consider smoking any kind of cannabis or cannabis extract, but they would use a lotion or they would use a balm, and stuff like that. So that's what we need out there, and that there's such a variety that's available at the Karma Cup. It's amazing that you get to try them all and see what's out there.
Absolutely. Like one of the other products that's kind of innovative in there is drink crystals.
Yeah.
So we've seen those on, we've seen those because we've been around quite a bit.
Yep.
But, there's lots of people that are new and over the last few years that haven't seen something like that for a patient who can't eat.
Yep.
It's mixed with water. It's still considered a clear liquid.
That's right.
Those products are very important. And
right.
I'm very glad that, 200 people have got to try them.
That's right. And I mean, and it's simple as making Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
Throw it in the container, add the water, give her a shake or a stir or whatever it is that you're doing, and mix it up.
And you titrate your dose. Is it half a water bottle? Is it a quarter water bottle?
That's it.
Yeah.
It's easy to measure out. Okay, well, I've made, this much of the juice. Okay, so I'm going to drink this much. That means I've got this much medication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very simple, easy to use.
You can bring it right down to the ounce.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right now I want to drink a 10-ounce glass.
That's right.
I only need 3 ounces.
Yeah, microdosing all day long. It's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Between the vendors that we're going to see, the products that are going to be available, the glass blowing, I encourage people to come and check that out. Again, early on in my career, I didn't understand the differences between good glass and bad glass.
Yep.
It's
not even necessarily good glass and bad glass, but art glass and mass-produced glass.
That's
right. Seeing what some of these guys can do with just hot rods of glass and make these beautiful pieces of art that amazing. So I'm very much looking forward to watching that glass blowing demo. Yeah. It's something that made, I'd seen lots of bongs around in my life, but actually seeing one made is what made me fall in love with glass.
I know it was always popular at the Treating Yourself Expo when Marco was setting those up, and he had
absolutely. I blame him. I blame him for teaching me. Yep.
Marco, look what you did. I was happy with that bong for $9.99.
Yeah.
Then I met you.
Now I'm following all these glass blowers on Instagram going, if I ever win the lottery.
There's some really, really nice stuff out there.
Oh, exquisite pieces out there. There really is. I mean, these guys and gals are just so talented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Are they just creating glass there, or are they themselves also having a competition?
There is a glass competition. If actually if anybody wants to go see the glass that we're looking at, they can go visit Cloud9 Vapor Lounge in Hamilton.
Yeah.
And all the glass is on display there.
Yeah. No, I just didn't know whether they were actually like making something there that, let's say there was 2 or 3 teams.
No, that's something similar that Marco did.
Correct.
It'll be different glass blowers and different levels of experience. So you'll be able to buy some less known glass blowers for probably some,
good.
On cheaper prices and get as they get their name out there.
I wonder if my friend Anya Ganja is going to be there. She's into that now.
Oh, I'm hoping.
Anya Ganja,
time.
Anya Ganja Glass. I think that's what her handle is there on Instagram.
Yeah. Nice. Well, I know that there's the guys there that typically there's a schedule for glass. So I'm hoping she signed up.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be very cool for sure.
I have to send her a message.
Yep. And if not, tell her to get herself on the standby list.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean the glass blowing is just it's simply mind-boggling.
And there's actually going to be live art creation as well. There's a local Toronto artist that will be creating art on site. It's going to be a culture event, which I love. The fact of the matter is that we've heard in the media that and from other people entering the industry that we have no art culture of our own.
Okay.
And we only have large format dragons and small format dragons. Well, I'm pretty sure you won't be seeing any dragons at the Karma Cup.
You want culture, we'll give you culture.
We'll show you exactly how much art and how creative cannabis makes people.
That's it.
Because, as our federal government is, doing right now, part of the exhibition that recently ended here in Toronto, Health Canada had people teaching parents and children the potential dangers of cannabis at the X this year. And one of the ones I found most amusing was the fact that they said that cannabis might hinder creativity.
Oh my God.
Oh, really?
Could you imagine? Oh, Lord.
And they used all the words, like they used might and may and could.
You're right.
Yeah.
The fear mongering of the past is now being sponsored by our government, but what I will say is that you want to see the opposite of that. I am incredibly proud of everybody who works on this every year.
Yep.
Particularly Sarah Sunday, and that woman needs a shout out more than anyone else. There's no harder event to run.
That's it.
Yeah.
And there's no better event in the country.
Well,
as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Well, as I mentioned earlier, think of another cannabis event that is like this, because everything has gone more of a trade industry, whereas Sarah's seems more of craft.
Yeah.
Yep. Grassroots.
Yeah, you can't. You got a vapor lounge at the Lift Expo, but no other expo or no other event has even something even similar on this.
No, there was no, and they advertise that most of them that no consumption will be permitted, and they make that very clear prior to going in at most of these now.
So this is one of those moments where it's like, okay, and licensed producers are involved as well. Like, we actually do mix both sides of the industry.
Yeah, well, Peace Natural Burn is involved in this one.
Supreme has been involved.
North.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're covering the bases everywhere. I mean, the discussions, they seem to be hitting on all the points that for sure are the top concerns of most patients with legalization. And I mean, many of us, myself and Al included, have been saying that from the get-go since Trudeau announced his platform to legalize. We said, will this come on the backs of patients? And,
absolutely, because it always does.
Where we seem to be today. So I'm really glad to see that a lot of these concerns are being addressed with the speak that you guys are including this year.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's I want to make sure that we are prepared for legalization as best we can be. Sorry about that. Yeah. My headphone just fell out, but as an industry and as patients and as consumers, I just want to make sure we're all as prepared as we can be. And it's been quite a challenge, like, as I've called around looking for people that specialize in labor law and asking them, can you talk about cannabis and labor law? And they're like, no, because most of them are concentrating on it from the corporate side, but not on the actual consumer side.
That's right. And let me tell you, they are concentrating on the corporate side. Big time.
They absolutely are. And from the cannabis and traffic, like I called around and I called the companies that, specialize in traffic tickets.
Yeah.
And said, hey, can you have someone come and talk to us about the new cannabis? And they're like, we don't even know.
Yeah, well, they don't know what to say because they don't have a bloody clue.
Yeah, they haven't even been informed. So, we're 41 days away.
It's right.
Yeah. It's going to be a shit show for the first little while, I'm pretty sure.
So I'm a little bit anal about stuff like that. I like being prepared. So we got 41 days. Nobody's telling us anything. I think it's time we find out the information ourselves.
Yeah. Absolutely. And good on you for doing that. That's fantastic.
All right, Tracy.
All right. Thank you very much, guys.
Go ahead and finish your thought.
I was gonna say I don't even think I have a thought.
Okay, all right.
I just finished smoking a blunt, guys. Like,
there we go.
There you go. So,
We're
you
good.
mentioned a shout out to Sarah Sunday. You got anybody else you want to throw a shout out to?
Oh, absolutely! A shout out to Sarah Sunday, and of course to all our sponsors. We've got Pure Hemp and Diamond and Fukushima Pre-Roll, and all of our media sponsors. We've got, like I said, I mentioned the Cannabis Life Network. Everybody is, and you know what? Our judges and everybody who comes and hypes up this event and does flyer drops off from Timmins all the way to Toronto. I want to give a shout out to our community. And I think Sarah would definitely agree with me. She's way too busy to do interviews this week. But I think Sarah would absolutely say thank you to our community for sticking it out 5 years and helping it grow and get better every single year. Yeah. Regardless of where we are politically, where we are with legalization, really where we are as an industry. I love this event because it brings so many of us together.
Yeah, it sure
yes,
does.
It does. Yeah.
It sure does.
So yeah, and thanks for all of our media sponsors and all you guys who cover it. The fact of the matter is that, we couldn't do any of all of this without you guys. Right? Our judges, our competitors, all of our vendors, everything else. The fact that everybody, supports our event, it's pretty humbling too. When you look at it and go, oh my God, 126 people entered.
Yes. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. It is.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
And it's 200 samples out, so it's not an easy entry either. No. People work to enter this cup, and that is amazing and humbling, and we appreciate that.
Enough people respect the work of what Sarah and her team's been doing that they want to get involved, right from the competitors to the sponsors.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So we are going to spread a lot of good karma this weekend. There are going to be clouds over Toronto.
Hashtag clouds over Toronto.
Hashtag clouds over Toronto. Hashtag higher than the CN Tower.
There you go.
Hashtag solving the sample number.
Yeah,
Dot.
All right, Kim, you got a shout out?
Yeah, my shout out this week is going to my wonderful dog sitter and house sitter, Kathleen. Kathleen is at my house, and I couldn't be here if it weren't for Kathleen. So, Kathleen, I love you very much for taking care of my wonderful fur babies at home so that I could come to this awesome Karma Cup put on by Sarah Sunday and her entire team, including Tracy Curley. Thank you.
Yeah, fur baby sitters are very important because I know I'm trying to deal with one myself, so that my wife can join me at the Karma Cup this year. So.
And that's why I have a purse dog.
Yeah. I'll tell you, my puppy won't fit in no purse. She's 50 pounds now. Never mind.
But yeah, anyone that wants to check it out, go to thekarmacup.com, check out the website. You can go to the Karma Cup Official on Instagram to see what all the entries look like and what we've got coming. And absolutely, if you can't make it, if you're not local to Ontario, check out all the live streaming. There will be live streaming on Pot TV, Cannabis Life Network, Dope Chef Media. You guys will be broadcasting there. There will be chances for people that can't actually attend to be involved in the Karma Cup all weekend long.
There you go, hey? Yeah. Social media, bringing everybody together. The internet doing it.
Bring it together, yeah.
All right, let's see. Next week, I will be joined by my joint host, Alicia Yashishin, and her special guest. And you can find Pace on Twitter at Pace Radio. We're also available on Facebook, where you can like us there. Instagram, Pace Radio Show, and we can be found on the web at pace-online.ca. Thank yous, as always, to our sponsors at the friendly folks at CC Nexus, Canada's largest cannabis seed wholesalers. They're found at ccnexus.global. Our producer, the man behind the baggie, and the Shatterizer in his other hand, that's Al Rapp with Lifestyle Radio. Also, a big thank you to you, Tracy, for coming on the program and telling everybody about the Karma Cup.
Again, thanks so much, guys, for your support, as always. And I look forward to seeing you all there.
Yes, me too. And you, Kim, thanks for everything you do.
Love being here, Al. My pleasure as always, sweetheart.
Even while you're on the road, 8 hours from home, you're still doing it.
Yep. 8.5 hour road trip, and I made it on the air. Look at that.
There you go. You sound like, well, actually, you probably sound better than you do at home because your reception's been really good tonight.
Yeah, well, I'm downtown Toronto, so I'm not in the middle of the boonies, so that might be part of it.
She has all the Wi-Fi this time.
Yeah, that's right. And also, big thanks to Wayne here, Canada's. He's got his new store. I'm back in the front window again. We're still here. Front window.
And don't forget, and keep judging at Ganjanistas tonight, guys. Thanks to all of our lounges.
That's right.
Ganjanistas. Party at Ganjanistas.
That's right. Get over there if you're not already there and finish up those samples.
Yeah. Yep. Go check out Cloud9, Ganjanistas, Planet Paradise, and Vapor Central for if you need a place, a safe consumption lounge. They will be more than happy to help you out.
I'm sure they would. Yeah, I agree. All right. Also, a big last thank you. They go out to our listeners. Thank you for tuning into the program. Thank you. And good night.
Night, guys. Thank you.
So what are you doing? Nothing? Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.